Welcome to an overview of regular and substantive interaction, planning for consistent, meaningful engagement. In this micro lecture, we'll look at the following topics. What do RSI regulations cover? Why RSI regulations? RSI in a nutshell, and why is RSI important for effective online instruction? Regulations published by the U.S. Department of Education on Regular and Substantive Interaction, or RSI, were revised and updated in September of 2020, and the new regulations went into effect on July 1st, 2021. These rules pertain to instructor-student interactions in online courses only. The rules do not deal with any other types of interactions, whether student-to-student interaction, interactions between students and other higher education personnel like academic advisors, or student-to-content interactions, including adaptive learning environments and artificial intelligence. For this reason, in the context of federal regulations, RSI can only occur between the instructor and the student. No other interactions count toward determining whether regular and substantive interaction is occurring in a course. Regular and substantive interaction regulations were devised to distinguish between correspondence courses on the one hand and distance education courses on the other. This is because correspondence courses are ineligible for federal financial aid monies, while financial federal aid may be applied to distance education courses. What differentiates between correspondence courses and distance education courses is the presence or absence of regular and substantive interaction. Correspondence courses lack RSI. The majority of interactions in a correspondence course is initiated by the student. In contrast, distance education is characterized by interaction that is both substantive and regular. At its simplest, the purpose of substantive interaction is for the instructor in the online course to engage with students about the academic content under study. This substantive interaction must occur on a regular basis. Regular here means on a predictable and scheduled basis. In a nutshell, RSI regulations state that in distance education courses, the instructor must provide students with opportunities to engage with their instructor about the academic content of the course in a predictable and scheduled manner. Without RSI, an online course intended to be offered as distance education may be deemed a correspondence course by an accreditation agency or an audit by the Department of Education. As we have learned, RSI regulations determine whether financial aid monies may be used on an online course or not. Correspondence courses are ineligible. Distance education courses featuring RSI are eligible. Beyond this practical significance, the regulations are important in service of providing students with effective online education. Regular and substantive interaction establishes and maintains what is known as teaching presence. Teaching presence is the sense that the instructor is actively engaged, available, and facilitating the learning tasks and social interactions in an online course. Teaching presence is critical to effective online instruction. Regular instructor-student interaction reduces transactional distance, which is the psychological and andragogical distance that exists in remote learning due to the separation between the instructor and the student and the asynchronous nature of much of the course. Educational research indicates that RSI is associated with higher reported student satisfaction regarding their own learning. RSI is also associated with higher levels of student engagement in the online learning context. Finally, some studies have linked RSI and greater learning effects. Links to some of the educational research studies on these topics are available in the competency-based RSI training course in the overview lesson for your reference. In summary, RSI is important owing to its implications for financial aid eligibility and because of its association with beneficial effects for students. Substantive interactions engage students with the academic content under study. To be considered regular, opportunities for substantive interaction must occur on a predictable and scheduled basis.